All right, g'day, hi, and welcome. Let's get this wide angle here. Well, starting to look like something, guys. There we go. Still got to do Operation Pine Sol, but I put the mess of Boogie. He's like, I want to come out of the room. I like to do it too. But I'm going to put him away for now. But hey, check it out. I found another lantern. It was my grandmother's. I got to get the chimney for it. But yeah, I'm going to get those suckers filled up. And this table looks good like this. Yeah, so I just got back. And I'll show you where I'm at with that. It was garbage day, guys, so I got most of it gone. I was hoping to get it all gone. It swept up a little bit. Got some of that gone, as you saw. Did a little bit more dishes. It's coming. Little bits each night, right? Yeah, the garbage can, it was emptied out today. It's completely full again now. There's like dead mice out here all over the place. So I'm up to 6 mice so far. Yeah, so this is probably the stinkiest spot in the house. It's got the most dog hair left in it. So hopefully I'll have this all swept out by the weekend. If I can get that linoleum off the floor, and then clean out there. Gotta clean up there a bit more, but I think I might have been keeping too many dishes. I don't think I need that many cups, but I'm going to keep the matching set, but I'm probably going to get rid of some of the dishes in there. But the next thing to do is to clean out the drawer for the stove and clean underneath the stove so I can start putting things in it so it's not on the floor. But I'm getting there, guys. I'm really getting there. I mean, I'm at a point. Hey, I'm going to try it from over here. Check out this. Oh, yeah, there we go. Now that's an angle. That's what you call an angle. It's kind of far, but check this out. You may see. Very spacious in here right now. Should be doing that because I got a nail in my hand the other day. So it kind of hurts. Ow. My own worst enemy. So you can see what I mean. Like I'm gonna have it very spacious in here. The table it's on. I bought that table in 1993, 94. And I got the matching table for it, the end table. I should have bought two of the end tables. I only bought that table, and it is a living room table. And I like it because it's not too big, and I like it because it looks good. It matches with everything. It does need a polishing for sure to get it nice and shiny, make it look like actual marble. I used to have a chess set that was on it, marble chess set, and I think I threw it out or gave it away or whatever I did with it. Uh, I shouldn't have got rid of that. I really shouldn't have. But I think I did. I'm gonna look for it one more time because I used to leave it on that table. I found it. It's just like it was actual marble, right? And I just had to get the chess pieces for it, and I got having stuff like that around. I like the place to look not quite like a science museum, but like an old English library kind of thing. I might even get a bookshelf in here at some point. Not that I'm a big book reader, but if I do, it'll be classy anyway. Maybe I'll put it. See, the door's kind of in a good spot and in a bad spot. It's in a bad spot in the sense that it's that's a wall I could be using, but there's two doors in here, so it smells pretty good in here today. Well, it doesn't smell great, but it definitely fresh air in here. You could sleep in here no problem. Like I mean. The biggest thing is getting everything musted out, aired out. Doing more research on what products I'm going to buy for the mold. There's only like a few mold spots, and there's a couple of products that keep coming up. So okay, I'll give those a try. The caveat is it has to be really dry when you put it on, or else it doesn't work properly. I'm going to get some of my paintings out and stuff like that. Not quite yet. I want to do the because like I've swept a couple of times and there's so much dust in here. Like the shelves are so dusty. I really have to whack this thing with my dad's uh, shop vac because that'll get into the crevices and stuff like that. And definitely get the grates cleaned out because I'm sure there's tons of dog hair in there. But every time I sweep and take away dog hair, there's less smell in here. Uh, it's fine in here. Like this whole side of the house over here is fine. Like the rooms, everything. Yes, one of my subscribers, longtime subscribers. Yes, the back of the house, the ground up to the footing. That is definitely. I brought my pick down today. I won't be able to tackle it till this weekend. But I got a lot on the plate this weekend. Depending if I'm working or not, I might only have one day. I'm at that time of the year where it's kind of like a lot of hurry up and wait with my clients, where it's like, okay, we're going to be doing this, but we gotta wait till I get this before I can do that. But I think it's going to be a very busy week today. I was doing some wood piling with my piling pick, pretty cool. I had a fresh pear today right off the tree. Like these things are coming down like meteors right now. My client's out there in the yard twice a day, just picking up all these pears. She's going to make a whole bunch of stuff with it, and I'm like, I wish they would have planted. We got 4 apple trees just in the yard here. There's probably a bunch of them in there, but and if I find any apple trees in there, I'll leave them. But the thing is that it's like I wish they would have put a plum and a pear tree here too, because they'd be pickable right about now. I do plan on putting in grapevines and all that stuff. I did a rock bed garden there today. I finished that one up, so that's done for the season. And I was looking at it the way it was around the tree. I was like, that would probably look good around my, things. I'm gonna have to go get some big ass rocks. Uh, Gonna go to a rock quarry or something and just go pick up rocks. I was like, yeah, and start making rock gardens. Yeah, it would take the chainsaw guy would be into rock gardens, but I do so much of that work for other people that it gives me great ideas for next year. So I'm gonna have some really nice garden stuff, like everything. Like the asparagus thing is gonna have a rock garden. There probably is rocks there. I just haven't cleaned it down enough to actually find them, right? And rock gardens are cheap. You know what I mean? Like they're rocks. If you look around, you can probably find a few for free. There might be some for free out there. Um, but guys, the garbage round one of the garbage is done, and yeah. So when the recycling goes out next week, like there's really gonna be very little garbage coming out of this house, probably for the rest of my life. Like I really don't use a lot, right? There'll be some, but like maybe like it might take me a month to fill up a garbage can. I'll put it out anyway because I don't want to attract animals. Uh, I know. It's hard to believe with all the carcasses I'm dumping in the air, all these mouse carcasses and all that food. But the fridge, hopefully, I can get that tackled this weekend. That's the three biggest, thinkiest things in the house is the fridge, that corner there right by the door. That like I'm working my way there, right? So everything from this side of the house is pretty much done except for the scrub down, and the vacuuming, scrub down. I got all the cobwebs round one anyway, up to this, like up to the fridge anyway. So that's round one. Ooh, that's squeaky. And then that side, like once I get all the dishes off the counter and everything like that, it's gonna be a lot easier. Like those cupboards aren't gonna be packed with stuff. Like I've thrown out so much that you just don't need it all. Like how many plates do you even need? Definitely a diesel truck around here somewhere. I think they're all going up the side road there. So once I get like all the dishes done and packed away, like it's going to get to the point where, like, I just got to sweep around here and figure out what's going to happen with these poor cactuses. I better ask when the last time they were watered. They're looking kind of. I don't think they're getting enough sunlight either, and we're possibly going to get frost this Friday or Monday right now at the making of this video. We might get frost. It's kind of like we're going, okay, we had late spring, late spring, late spring, okay, summer, heat wave, summer heat wave, a little bit of rain, and now we're in the fall. Like it's been a really bizarre year. It's been cooler than average, and despite what the news says. It's no, it's not true. It's this has been a really short season. So I want to get everything all done in time. Maybe Sunday if I'm not working, I might take a trip to the hardware store. I got to start getting my list ready. Just I got the house fund where I take $20 per work day and I put it towards things that are probably going to pop up in the house, and I got a few $100s there. Got a car fund. I got I got a couple of grand there. I got just my living expenses, trying to get ahead on that. And then my daily, like $20 for me a day is the most I keep for myself. Just so I get way, way, way ahead of it, so that in January and February when the work is really slow. And it's hard to say, I could be out of work next week, September on. October is usually the cutoff month, but it does slow down pretty quick. But the good news is that by the time it slows down, everything should be ready in here, and then I can just start really recording and getting everything really set up, and just then just maintain things. That's it. So the hard work is put in now, and then later on it's easy peasy. So there is things to do. There is things I've noticed. With the water pressure on cold. I think that those pipes are getting kind of clogged. So there's not much I can do about that other than replace the pipes eventually. The toilet bowl thing needs to be definitely replaced. That's about $100 for those things. But I could also just have a pail of water on hand. And just keep it cheap for now. Like the goal for this winter is keep everything cheap. So I'm not going to put in a wood stove this late in the season. It's just too much. It's just too much with not enough time to deal with it. Something that I can deal with all summer. Okay, you drill a hole in the side of the wall, one week, just cover it until you get to it, and then I got to do things in between jobs, right? So, yeah, but it should be pretty good. So the good news is once I get this floor cleaned and all the dishes away, and that corner cleaned out, the fridge cleaned out, and the pantry cleaned out, it's not going to take me long. Then I'm in the basement. I'll still be doing the stuff outside, but the basement I don't think is going to take me as long as you think. The biggest thing in the basement is tracking all the wiring, so I can label the power box, and if I can unhook that wire over there, like it's the power's still not on my name. I'm gonna have to kind of pressure my brother a little bit to okay, we got to get this done. I know it's a pain in the ass to get through, but we're gonna have to get it done. Because I just want it my name, so it's done, and just a done deal, and then no problem. Gonna have to get a mailbox key for here for sure. I'll have to ask my brother about that, and then because they're probably still gonna get mail here for a long time. My main address is going to stay up at the house for a long time. This is more like just kind of like my cottage, my studio cottage, whatever. The other thing is, I know something I can do. I know a candle yet. Yeah. Chair's attack. My chair's attack. I'm gonna light my scented candle. Let's go grab my lighter. There you are. I got a bunch of candles in here, and I'm going to use them up. I'm going to be doing some candle stove stuff. That should be interesting. All right, let's get this. Wiki. There we go. So he's lit. Let's make the place smell like cranberries again. I want to show you something else. I don't keep my lighter there. I'll show you where I keep my lighter. I could light this candle, but I'm going to leave that one. Don't want to burn them all up. I'm going to have to stock up on candle wax. I have quite a bit, but I'll show you what I got. All these things here. I finally got them all up. I got those for free. Talk about it. When now, mind you, some of them are probably drying out and whatever. God knows how old they are, but those are good for emergencies and stuff like that. Beautiful guitars. I guess I'm gonna have to start putting stuff away in here too. Getting that all set up, fixed. I got to bring the drill down to fix it. um, yeah. No, I'm gonna go back to my where it was here. Is that off the easel? I'll put it off the easel. No, can't go that way. Can't go that way. Go off the wall. Problem with that thing is you can't balance your phone because the buttons are in the way. But yeah, it definitely looks a lot better. I mean, it's never going to be like super pretty because of all the stains on the wall. Not until I paint anyway. But that's not till next year. Like I don't have a big budget anyway, so I hate painting. I do. You know, like I mean, if I'm getting paid to do it, I don't care. But to do it for myself, I'm just like, okay, just want to get it done and over with. I don't think I'll bother with the ceiling. I could, but you know, I'm going to be real original with the color. I'm just going to paint it white. You know, if I painted it beige or brown, it might be a smarter idea because then you wouldn't be able to tell when the walls are dirty. But at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters what I paint it. You know, like this place is going to be, you know, it's never going to be super, you know, like it's never going to be a model home, so to speak. But it will be rustic and stuff like that. So it's going to be cozy. It's going to be cozy. Definitely like the open concept. You know, like it's different if you have, like, even if I had a wife and kids, like there wouldn't be a lot. There might be a TV in here for the kids, but you know, for their video games or whatever. But and a couch. But there wouldn't be like couches and you know, like 10 chair, like all kinds of chairs. Like there just wouldn't be clutter. I just don't like clutter. Believe it or not, you know. But it's like anything, you know. It's you're confined to a space. You got to put whatever you own in that space. But once I get everything put away, I didn't know I was not supposed to be using this J-brick. Oh wow, that candle flame is way too high. I think I better trim that down. Where's my scissors? Okay. Hang on, I gotta deal with the candle. But I think, yeah, look at that. Now that's a candle flame. Holy smokes. Don't quite want it that high. Don't quite want it that high. I'll show you how high you're supposed to kind of keep your candle flames a little bit with these. Oof. Oof. They definitely need a cleaning. The reason why you gotta trim your candle flames is if candle wicks. If you don't, what ends up happening is you get smoke burns on the ceiling. Well, not burns, but stains on the ceiling. Little dishes in there, so those will dry. And it's coming along. It's coming along. I mean, anybody that's following the progress of this, I mean, someone jumping in on the video on the first day, like, oh man, this place is a dump. You should have seen it 2 weeks ago when I walked through that door. It's really coming along. I mean, I got medicine cabinets, so I got that cleaned off. All that cleaned off. I still got to do a lot of cleaning in there, but it's coming along, guys. It is coming along. And yeah, so if you're going to have flames, let's see if I can relight this without burning my hand. Can I do that? Nope. Ow. What? Candle's attacking me. Holy smokes. That stationary candle attacked me just like the stationary cactus. You stay back. You stay back. The cactus smashing hand. Or maybe not. Maybe not. I'll leave him be. I'll leave him be for now. There's my finger back here. So I got my first aid kits and all that in there. This is going to be kind of like the store Over time here. Okay. Yeah, see if I can get that sort of level. I'm gonna have two big wooden barrels beside this thing. I might have to put the chair over there, but I don't want anything in front of the heat registers because I just don't want that. Right? It's not good. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna clean this leather couch. What I'm gonna wipe it down with. I probably shouldn't be wearing my work boots in it, but just because I'm in the process of getting everything cleaned up. Once it's all cleaned up in here, then I'll have like slippers and the boots will stay at the door, just to keep the sand down. I swept a lot of sand off the bottom of the table and the dog hair, and it's like every time I take the dog hair away, the place smells better. Like, it's tolerable. Like when I walk in here in the morning, like last night, the windows were closed. Every window was closed. I left the basement open and the hatch open, but it was fine in here when I got in here. So it's mainly just to clean out that corner and then just, Lysol the crap out of everything. Operation Pine Saw will commence, and that should be pretty good. Like that's the bathroom's starting to smell okay. Uh, but I still got to do the bathtub and all that, and that's a big job, you know. So you do a little bit at a time. So if I do a little bit each night, a little bit of dishes each night, maybe by the weekend all the dishes are done. That'd be nice because I spent almost all day yesterday doing damn dishes. I did other things too, but I didn't do any outdoor work. I really want to get quite a bit of that done before next spring. If I do choose to get like some chickens and stuff like that, we'll see how far I get. Maybe I don't get them next year, and it's the year after. It depends how far I can get with all the dropping the trees and everything. But clearing around the barns and all that. That's gonna be a big job. It's gonna be a big job, huge job. But no, I'm gonna go through the dishes again. It's like there was a stack of plates. Like everything was matching, and I'm like, okay, this little stack of plates here, maybe I won't keep them. You know what I mean? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Right? I would like to have some of the plates to keep like the candles in because I'm gonna have like kind of candles all over the place. Not right away, but as I get the place cleaned up. Scented candles. The idea is to saturate the place with better scents. Other than dog hair or smell. That power floor cleaner, it's not a vacuum, it's basically a powered mop, is what it really is. We're going to see how well that works. But I think I need to bring the shop back down here first and really get all get as much of the hair out of it as possible, and then go in the basement with it. My dad's not going to mind because it's like right there, so, he'll be like, yeah, like my dad's kind of like anything I want to do down here. I was like, you mind if I cut this down or that down? The tree that, yeah, go ahead, just cut it. My aunts and uncles are all saying, you mind if I clear that? Just do it. Yeah, don't even ask, just do it. They want, my aunt up there, she's going to be really pleased when all that's cleared out. She can see down there, kind of, it's family land, right? So, I'm gonna like it when I can actually spy on people in my grandmother's surveillance windows. It's like I hear people coming by, and it's like I can't see who's going by. And I want to be nosy now for some reason. Being possessed by my grandmother, I guess. It's like you have to get the phone. Oh, such just went up the road. Don't know where they're going. Probably up to no good. And my aunt to call. Yeah, such come down the road. Yeah, I see them. Yeah, probably up to no good. Yeah, yeah, good times. But the table looks good. All cleaned off like that. I'm gotta figure out where I'm gonna put all the lanterns. I gotta get lamp oil. It's on the list, obviously. I want to get a couple more of those, and I'm just gonna like the big one is the one I want to leave on the table because it looks good. But I gotta get a new chimney for it, and there's gonna be all kinds of videos on those things. Growing up, we've had those in the house. I love the light from them and stuff like that. It's gonna be cool doing some like guitar videos and stuff like that. I'm gonna get the drop sheet for the wall there. to a couple of drop sheets. Maybe at some point I can get a green screen and whatever, make some cool videos. However I decide to do it, I'll do it. And then the idea, though, is to have everything in its place. So when you walk in, like it's like, oh, it looks intentional. You know what I mean? So like when you come in, you sit down. Okay, maybe I'll take the lamps off the table if we're going to sit down to eat because the lamp oil or whatever. But it looks good. The aesthetic looks great with these antique. Well, some of these lamps might not be antique, but I'm sure the big one is because I remember that lamp in that basement ever since, like for my entire life. So it's definitely an antique because I'm an antique. So technically, I'm an antique. 2 years into being an antique, but I think that one does need a new top on it. I'm gonna see if the other one fits, and if not, well, we'll see whatever. See if I can make it function. The little one, I think, is probably newer. Uh, we have a bunch of them up home, but the thing is that we used to have a whole bunch of them, and I know we got rid of a bunch of them too. The ones that didn't have the tops. We probably shouldn't have though. But you can buy them new, and you can tell people they're antiques, but they're not. But you can buy them new for like next to nothing. Like you can get some of them for 10, $12. The really, 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 really nice ones are like 160. The ones you hang on the wall with the mirrors on them. But like, you know, they're also good for power outages and stuff like that. And in the wintertime, the thing is because you are burning a fuel, you have to ventilate because you will, carbon monoxide, even with the cleaner burning fuel. So got to worry about that. But you also have to worry about humidity. So if you burn those, you're going to run your dehumidifier for a bit. Uh, you know, Same with candles. The candles actually will create humidity. And one thing I need to do in this place is lower the humidity levels. I do have a room humidity thing. I just got to get a AAA battery for it. It's meant for my musical instruments and stuff like that. I'm not sure where I packed it away, but I do have it, and that'll be good to just see what the humidity levels are at throughout the house. Uh, so if I don't have to run the dehumidifier, I won't. I've already noticed the doors are starting to open and close a lot easier just by keeping everything open. Now remember, 2 weeks before I got in here, which was about 2 weeks ago, the air conditioner broke down, and my brother was finally opening the windows. So during the heat wave, but the thing is that he still had the basement closed and the attic closed. So that's why and then plus there was 3 people and 2 dogs, and one dog got put down because he had cancer, poor guy. But the thing is that before that, the windows were like again, just put on the air conditioner, never open the windows, and then all winter you never open the windows. Like you got to keep a place like this air flowing all the time. Even open the cupboards, like during the summer months. Like an old house like this, at least, like let some air get through the cupboard, maybe 1 or 2 doors open. You don't have to leave them all open like I'm doing, but I'm trying to get everything aired out before the winter. Because I still got to scrub down the rest of the cupboards. I only got partial done. I want to scrub underneath the stove for now. There's no mold or wet behind the stove, so that's good from what I can see. I'll have to kind of crawl in there a bit, but won't do it today. The other thing is pulling the fridge out, getting all the stuff, the dog hair and all that out from behind the fridge. The more of that stuff I get out, the better the place is going to smell. The easier it is going to be to air it out, and the less. Because remember, with the dog hair, there's also mites and stuff in there too, right? Like this couch, because it's leather, it's not too bad. Just I got to figure out what to wipe it down with to clean it. Because being leather and all like that. So, I mean, I'll keep this couch for a little while, but if I find it, it is, or couch sort of lazy boy. But if I do find a better one, I'll take it. But I'm sure this thing was awesome when it was new, but it's still pretty comfortable. It's pretty, it's pretty comfortable. So I'm sure if you were in a shirtless, you would stick to it. But that's the only downside to leather. Leather when it's warm, you're sticking to it all the time. Because I remember when I had my apartment, at first I wanted a leather couch, and then after sitting on a few of them and sleeping on many of them over the years, when I was a young man, I slept on a lot of people's couches, and sleep on a leather couch. I don't think there's anything more gross than that. It's like sleeping on a piece of flypaper. That's the best way you can describe it. Yeah, and anytime you move, there's like a cold spot. It's yeah, no, no, no. But I'll use this for now. It's here. Why not? And it doesn't smell bad, like it because the dogs didn't go on this, right? So well, I'm sure they didn't go on it as much. But I do want to like flip this thing over and kind of vacuum out the bottom side of it and all that good stuff. Uh, yeah, so hopefully by this weekend I'll have all the junk out of here, and it's just a matter of finishing off the dishes and deciding what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to get rid of, and once the counter's clean, at that point, things are going to start to function. Like I'll be able to use it. Like I cleaned off the top of the stove and all that the other day, but like I did do quite a bit of dishes and all that. It's just there's so much of it, and to do every dish you have in your house, that'll take you a while. You know what I mean? Plus, you go like there's a lot of dishes there that as I get to them, it's like, oh, I don't need that, and get rid of that. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of it is just figuring out what you're going to keep, what you're going to get rid of. And I still have a lot of stuff to bring down. Not a lot of stuff. I got one more table to bring down, two more, and then I got to figure out what I'm going to do with my reloading bench. I might not actually bring that down, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Because it's kind of one of those things that it is a bit of an eyesore too. Like I want like from the living space that I want it to look good. And then the bedrooms, well, they're going to be particularly that one's going to be a recording room, so I kind of want to leave it from getting cluttered too. Uh, yeah, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with the reloading bench. Because like I can't leave my reloading stuff outside, but the bench can stay outside. You know what I mean? So there's all that, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. There's no rush for that one. I mean, I could bring that one down next year if I want. Um, no hurry on that one. So next to that, the other thing is dealing with the back wall and getting the windows sealed up for the winter. So I think I'm sure there's a roll of plastic up home that I could use finish off because I don't want to go buy another one when there's a bunch of them up there that are like half like half done. But I will have to get some tuck tape. I will have to get some probably more staples. I'll have to check out my staple inventory. Might have enough, but better off to just go and buy. It's not like I won't use them up. Staple gun for some reason I end up getting a lot of like I could set traps in the creek now if I wanted. You know what I mean? And catch beavers and stuff like that if I want. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna get the stuff to seal up the windows. I'm gonna see if I can get the back wall dug out a bit this weekend. As long as I have the windows sealed before the middle of October when it starts to get really cold, and then I'll seal the hatch there last um, because it's been working wonders. And then in the springtime, open it up again. And then between say October and November, to see how many briars I can get rid of before the snow, and how many trees I can drop before the snow, and burn off some of the brush and whatever I'm going to do with that. There's quite a bit to do there, so. But if I can, get some of that stuff done, and it might be a little bit easier too once the leaves fall off of stuff, because I'll be able to see where it is. there's probably like tons of rocks and old farm equipment and stuff like that that I gotta watch out for too while I'm clearing everything out, right? So yeah, so there's going to be a lot of outdoor projects for sure, but the indoor projects for now I don't have a lot of stuff. It's mainly just keeping everything clean and airing everything out and getting rid of mice. I'm gonna get really strict on the mice. If I can get remove get as many mice out of the attic as possible, uh, and the basement. It should slow down on the mess that comes in from them. So like I mean they pull the insulation down and they do all kinds of horrible things. Uh, yeah, so quite a bit to do. Um, Clean up a little bit more, and then I got dishes there. I'll let them sit overnight, and just like I say, if I get most of the dishes done between now and Saturday, if I'm off Saturday, I might be working Saturday. So I know next weekend I'm going to be working probably both Saturday and Sunday, but Saturday for sure, not this weekend, but the following weekend. But this weekend, the goal is the large waste pickup to get the outside cleaned up, like all that insulation, the couches, and all those other things gone. And that'll really clean up outside really well. And when I do that, the scrap metal pile, I'm going to try to see if I can get that gone by, at least, well, if it doesn't go this year, it's not the end of the world, but, if I can get rid of it this season, that'd be great, because I'd like to get rid of the scrap pile here and the one up home for my dad. I mean, I've got rid of a lot of the vehicles this year. I was hoping to get rid of the boat and the other two trucks. Um, yeah, I can still do stuff like that, but just how much of a loss do I want to take, right? I still got to get another vehicle. So lots on the list to do. Just check things off as I do them. But it's neat to now to look around and kind of like see the start of like I mean not everything's in its place right now. Like the dehumidifier is not going to stay in here forever. It's going to be hidden away in a closet or something like that, and only pulled out when I need it. Probably going to use it, fans and dehumidifier for most of the winter. That's probably going to be 90% of how to keep the air fresh in here, stuff like that. So, all right. Anyway, I think that's enough lollygagging for the day. Here's attacking me again. All right, here we go.